Hi, welcome to your weekend tarot reading for May the 5th and 6th, 2018. I wanted to say April, which is crackers. But nevertheless, here we are. Okay, it's the weekend. I've got a song in my head. It's not a terrible song. An early 80s song. Mel and Kim, I think they were called. And it was called Showing Out, and they used to have a little line in it which used to go, get fresh for the weekend. And ever since I've been thinking about doing the reading, it's been in my head. I've got get fresh for the weekend just going through my head. So all right then, let's get fresh for the weekend, okay? I'm definitely not, if the boy could hear me saying that, he'd be like, oh Mum, so embarrassing. And I am. Valley Bobs joins us. She is a mere ear tip on the horizon of the bed there. The towel, which I have lovingly... I'll show you actually. Hang on. Hello, sweetie. There is the towel that Valentine is not lying on. There is the towel she is steadfastly ignoring, but has the top of her head on. So she is now creating another, it's like a hairball on the bed. What's to be done? Now, this is for all zodiac signs. Oh, hello. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Come in. And I'm using the Mythic tarot. Maybe it's using me at the moment. Feels quite jumpy and alive. Oh, okay. I want one for the middle though, people. Itchy ear. Let's have one of these. Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. This is for the weekend, but the weekend readings are very fluid in time. So whenever you pick it up, is the right time for you. Oh, that's nice. Ooh. Okay. We've got two little opposing forces here. Two very different knights. So we've got here the sort of Magic Mike knight, you know. I'm riding my pony dance, whatever that song is for Magic Mike. Well, we'll leave it there, shall we? So, Knight of Wands, the kind of, woohoo, let's go. Yeah, who's with me? Will Ferrell in Old School, that one, naked, running across the lawn. That's in reverse. When that's in reverse, it's a little call from the tarot gods to say to you, don't run naked across the lawn and shout who's with me with the hose pipe, okay? Woohoo! And look behind you and see that everyone's going. No, it's more of that. Now I know I dig at this guy sometimes, the Knight of Pentacles. I call him the boring man in the pub, and I know that's not fair because there's a lot of merit to this. Even the horses are completely different. This one's got a really sexy horse, hasn't it? It's really beautiful and kind of fairy tale like and schlingy. And that one's a bit like the one you'd get if you went horse riding and you were a beginner, you know, and they put you on the plodder that hasn't moved for about a century. That's enough dissing the Knight of Pentacles. We all need some Knight of Pentacle in our life, okay? Convinced yet? No, we do. The thing about the Knight of Pentacles is that he does have knowledge. There's always a lot of greenery, okay? We all know that I'm moving into crop rotation any minute now. And here it comes, okay? We are still, are we? We are still in Taurus, yes. In fact, we've got loads of things in Taurus at the moment. If you want to look at astrology, look at somebody like, again, Varouche or Barbara Goldsmith. Is it Goldsmith? I think. I can never remember her surname, but she's brilliant. Or who else is there? Kelly Rosano, okay? So if you want to look at the astrology of things, have a look there. There's lots going on in Taurus anyway. Taurus is Taurians are just brilliant with plants, and they're such sensual body people, and they're very integrated with the roots and the greenery and the seasons and the time and the touch. And it feels like we need to be, if you've got a problem, an issue or something going on, and it feels like there is, because we have the Two of Swords, which is slightly being pulled in two different directions. But the feeling I always get with the Two of Swords is that, and I would say this, I suppose, you feel like you're being pulled in two directions, but that's because there's a third one that you don't even know about yet. So what you are actually essentially doing is rejecting two things rather than choosing between two things. Because there is a third option, and usually that third option for me is born out of the other two. And we're talking dialectic again. I don't know what's happening today. It's going down one of those roads. We're talking dialectic. Thesis, antithesis, synthesis. Something comes, something challenges it. Out of that, something is born. Hasn't been born yet, so we don't quite know about it. But do you know what? This guy wouldn't even notice because he's so busy getting his sexy on. He's bringing sexy back. I don't want to do the yeah, but I don't think I'm built for the yeah bit. Okay, I'm moving through the music there. I think we just segued into the zeros or whatever they call them, the naughties. Now, then we get Judgment. And again, it's quite a powerful card, Judgment. And to make a judgment, we definitely need to be more in that kind of energy. He gets you there. And then he sort of skabooshes. It's a slow judgment, past, present and future, always represented in the judgment card. You see in the three, I was going to call them nummies, in the three nummies, in the three, what are they called? Oh God, what's going on with my brain? It's gone on too much of a flight path and it won't come back. Three mummies that are down there, past, present and future, reawaken. So there is some delving back into the past for this, and that's okay. You know, what have I done so far? How did that work? That's more of an accountancy mind frame. It's more of a Knight of Pentacles, more of a patient mind frame. Because what you're dealing with here, it could be a person or a situation. I got this King of Cups in the frame. Now, obviously, I'm a Pisces, so I do love the whole energy of the King of Cups. And, you know, I'd be tempted. You know, for me, quite hot. Even though the beard and everything. Nevertheless, King of Cups is a difficult one. You never really know where his feet are. Can you see? You can't really see them. And that's a kind of metaphor for the fact that you never know where the river or the water ends and he begins. And neither does he. King of Cups is not brilliant on the boundaries. He's brilliant on the softness and the connection. Now, this can be a situation, a person, anything, King of Cups. Don't, in a way, the King of Cups can incite that. Don't get all caught up with it if you can. If it's a relationship, just take a step back, you know, make a judgment. There's no need for actual criticism or who's right and who's wrong. It's not about that. It's about making sure you're grounded in where you need to be, because that person or situation isn't. Now, that could be a good thing. They could spur you on to something great. It may be that you are too grounded and stuck in the mud and you need that extra bit of water, you know, to kind of move things along. That's what moves a river or a sea. But at the same time, allow that third way to be born. Allow it to emerge. And then, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. This is just a gorgeous card. Positive expectations and clarity. And I would almost say that positive expectations lead to clarity in this instance. But just no rushing. No rushing, because if you do go for either of those options at the moment, neither of them long term will fit the bill. Let us have Wisdom of the Oracle. Colette Baron Reed. Oh dear. You. Oh, that's nice. That's come up a few times recently. Co-create. Notice there is an owl for wisdom, and I do love an owl. They're so beautiful. And there is also, now I'm not going to say, because every time I say what this animal is, I get it wrong. It's either a cheetah or a leopard. In some force. This is the force, okay? I'm calling this the force. This is the Knight of Wands here. And that is the wisdom. Knight of Pentacles. Look, there's a co-creation. There's a dotty egg. Also for me, this tightrope or wire that the owl is sat on, for me, indicates taking a risk. But it's a calculated risk. Calculated risk. Oh. We can't have that many. Healing with the Angels Oracle card. You. Oh, that's nice. Answered prayer. Positive expectations lead to clarity. In a way, co-creation is an answered prayer. Expect your prayers to be answered, okay? Do have a look at the readings for May that I've put up. I've done all of the star signs for all of the month, so have a look. They're on my playlist, or they'll be up on the thingy and you can press it and it'll go to them. Do subscribe, and if you want a private reading you can book in the description box below. Namaste, see you soon.